Good morning and welcome to the CEO Mom Talk podcast. And I am here with the beautiful Rebecca Little. And we're going to spend the next few minutes talking about how she turned her side hustle into her main job, which is something that we're all trying to do. That's what we're striving for. So, I introduced this topic last week, and it just is a series for the next month here that we're going to be diving into how to exactly change, your side hustle into your main job. And so I'm here to welcome Rebecca, and she's a photographer, and she's all the way across the country here in California. And I'm really excited that she accepted my invitation to be a part of this series. So I think it's stories like yours that really motivates moms, that we're working these 9 to 5 jobs and we have like kids at home. We want to be able to have that flexibility and be able to be more a part of their lives and turn what we love into a full-time profitable business. So I want to hear, what that journey was like for you. Can you share how you discovered your passion and how you decided to change that into your full-time job?
Okay, well, hello. I used to work in film and TV, and those were long, crazy hours.
Wow.
And then I got pregnant, and I knew I couldn't do that anymore. So I stayed home I have 2 girls, and I stayed home with them and I tried to do a baking business, and I was, making cakes for people, but then I just, I didn't have the time to do that well. And I worked little small office jobs and things like that. And I knew I wanted to do something creative and run a business. So I have always been a photographer. And I took film in school and had photography classes. So I started doing that, and I realized, wow, I really miss doing this, and I wanted to get back into it. So I started doing it on the side, on weekends and nights, and I knew that I wanted to do it full time, but I couldn't quite do that. One, my kids were still young, and I really wanted to stay home at least till they were in kindergarten, if I could. Um, so I did that. I kept growing my client base and getting more clients and more word of mouth. And I had a website, I had all of that stuff, and I established myself. And then once they were, really past elementary school, I felt like, okay, I'm really going to do this. And I used to have I still have a little cottage in back of my house, and I used to shoot there. But then, people were coming into my home, and that wasn't great. And then I rented a house somewhere, but that wasn't great. The light wasn't perfect, so I've been looking for a studio for a long time. So I just moved into my new studio. Yay! Over Labor Day weekend. So I just worked hard. It's a lot of work.
Right.
It's a lot of work, balancing everything. And you just have to keep going. If you believe that you have talent and you can work hard, you can do it.
Awesome.
I guess that's what I would say. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned how to balance. So what kind of tips do you have for us that are trying to do that, trying to balance it all?
Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know if I should advise anyone. Well, I have to say, I started this thing you probably heard. It's called Miracle Morning. There's a book around it. And basically, the premise of the book is just get up early and get a lot of stuff done and set your intentions for the day, and visualize and journal. So I started doing that. It's been, I think, 7 weeks actually today. And that has helped me a lot to get up earlier before anyone else. I read like positive books and I journal. I use the bullet journal. That's another thing you can look up online. It's kind of a to-do list plus kind of a journal and thoughts.
Right.
And it's really been effective for me. And then I just hit the ground running. And if I stop, I get tired and I can't go on. So you just got to keep moving. And when it comes to dinner time, I'm done. So I say that for family time.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm also just exhausted by that time. So it's kind of like, okay, I can make it to dinner,
Yeah.
right? I can get all this stuff done. And then that's kind of family time. And I honestly do put my family comes first. You kind of have to make that commitment. Like I was on my way to a networking lunch the other day, and my daughter called from school, and she wasn't feeling quite well. So I skipped the lunch and I went to pick her up. So that's like my value system. It's what I choose to do because I want them to know that they were important and I was always there for them.
Right.
So it's, it's kind of those day-to-day decisions that you make.
Right.
And you really have to almost have like a mission statement for yourself, like what's important and what are your values.
Absolutely.
So,
So would you say that your family is like your why is what keeps you going and motivates you?
I would say yes, definitely family in terms of the things I want to provide.
Mm.
And also my why. Also, I just think everyone should be able to have a beautiful photograph.
Oh,
That's my why for my business,
that's
because I talk to so many women who are like, oh, I'm not photogenic, or I need to lose like 30 pounds
that's
first, or
me.
I'm so awkward in front of the camera. And it's like, no, you just haven't been photographed properly.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't have to feel like that. You can feel great about yourself and get photos that you're like, wow, I'm thrilled with this.
That's awesome. Then you can definitely
Yeah.
tell that you're really passionate about what you do, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
important. Like, if you're going to do something like change your side hustle, you have to
Mm-hmm.
definitely be passionate about what you're doing to keep you,
Yes.
I guess, centered. And like you said, it's a lot of work. So, are you willing
Yes.
to do that work? Like,
Yes.
you have to really be passionate about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned books. Do you have like a top one book that you think would be a great something to share with us?
You know, I just finished Think and Grow Rich. It's a really old book by
Okay.
Napoleon Hill, and most of it is about positive thinking
Hmm.
and have your whatever you want to do, your business, whatever you want to do,
Hmm.
and then visualize yourself being successful. It kind of ties into the Miracle Morning,
Hmm.
thing I was talking about journaling and visualizing. And so dream it and visualize it and then do the work, because a lot of people like follow The Secret and they just visualize this stuff and think it'll manifest, but you have to have the hard work with it.
Exactly.
So you should visualize your life how you want it, but then you actually have to have an action plan and go get it. And I Think and Grow Rich, so many like good tips in that book, and it's so positive. Every time I read it, I just feel like, yeah, I can do this.
That's awesome.
So that's a good one. Yeah, we definitely recommend that one.
Awesome.
And I think it's on Amazon. It's like 99 cents or something. I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Okay.
I think it's public domain maybe.
Okay.
But get the classic version,
Okay.
the not the one that's abridged or different language. Just get the classic version. It's very easy to read, and I just have it on my Kindle.
Awesome. So, what do you visualize for your life? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, a bigger studio,
Mm.
thriving, and um, probably having more of a full-time team.
Mm.
Um, maybe just a bigger studio, thriving, more breathing room,
Mm-hmm.
right? I feel like it's just always this hustle. It's all about the hustle, right? Meeting new people,
Right.
bringing people in, networking. I do a lot of networking.
Right.
Um, I don't know if there will ever be a lot of breathing room if you're running your own business, because I think that's just, right. That's kind of what it is.
Exactly.
So just bigger. What I'm doing now, but bigger.
Awesome. That's great. That's a great aspiration to have. So, what does a typical day look like for you?
Oh wow. Okay. Let me go through yesterday. So I get up anywhere like 5:15, 5:30, and my routine is about an hour and a half. So you know, maybe I shower, then I make my tea, then my strong black tea that gets me going in the morning. And then I like 5 minutes of silence and breathing. And then I do visualizations and affirmations and write my to-do list, and then write anything that comes up. Like if I'm struggling with a problem and I notice I'm doing the same thing over and over, like I'll write it down and just try to figure out, why do I keep doing, maybe it's self-sabotage, like why do I keep doing it? So I keep writing it down till I get the answer. Then my kids get up, get them all settled, take them to school. So yesterday I had a morning meeting with a personal trainer.
Mm.
So we're gonna collaborate. So I met with her at the gym. And then I moved into my new studio. So I got a bunch of my flyers and business cards. And I just walked up and down my neighborhood. It's a beautiful street, tree lined with lots of businesses. And I just walked up and down and introduced myself to all the neighbors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was like probably about 2.5 hours just up and down. Then I had a consultation with a client. I give a consultation before every portrait session.
Okay.
So you're fully prepared before you even come in. Because I want, when you arrive the day of your session, you'll already feel relaxed, like, I got this, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I had a consultation yesterday, and then I ran back out and introduced myself to another business, and then ran to pick up my kids from school.
Wow.
Came back, ate something, then picked up my daughter from tennis practice. Then we went shoe shopping. She needs new tennis shoes. Came back, and then I entered all those contacts I met from walking up and down my street, entered all of them, emailed them, invited them to my open house. And then I'm like, I need caffeine. I got to have some caffeine. So my husband and I went out. We like to go out for, coffee or tea at night, just kind of alone time, talk and catch up. And he's a great person I can brainstorm with. He has really good advice. Came back, collapsed, watched some TV, and then I probably went to bed. It was probably 9:15, 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're busy all day.
Kind of, yeah, all day. Kind of a typical day. Not exciting.
Right. Just busy. So how old are your kids?
I have 2 daughters. They are 11 and 13.
Okay.
So middle, yeah.
Oh.
11 and 14, sorry.
Oh.
I find as they get older, their ages just
right.
have to think about it. So middle and high school.
Okay. So, tell us more about you. What's unique about Rebecca?
Oh, gosh. What's unique? I don't know. You probably have to ask my family or friends. I don't know if it's unique, but I think one thing that makes me successful living here in LA, I'm in Pasadena, which is a city right outside of LA. So it's this huge LA metropolitan area.
Right.
Is that I'm from a small town in the Midwest in Ohio. And I feel like I bring that Midwest nice to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I find that it's a very different culture out here.
Right.
And if you're just friendly and authentic, people really relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that makes me successful when clients come in the door.
Right.
And, it's really all about, what do you want? They're not my photos. Like,
right.
What do you want? How can I give you something that'll make you happy?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know if that really answered your question, but
actually, no, that's really great. I find that when you are yourself and you are authentic, you can draw in more people to your business and whatnot. So that's really good. So, do you have anything else that you would like to share that's out the handle?
Oh gosh, anything else to share? Dream big. Like,
yeah.
If you think your dream is big, go bigger.
Awesome.
And then know you're going to have to work hard. You will work hard. But what I notice, like meeting a lot of people at networking events, is a lot of people don't really work hard.
Yeah.
Like you think like, well, we're all here for the same reason. You're going to meet people. A lot of people really don't. Like, so if you work hard and you have a dream, I mean, you're ahead of seriously 90% of the people. And you will make it. If you believe in yourself and you work hard, you will make it.
Absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. Last week I shared one of my favorite baby products. So do you have like a product that's personal to you, or something that you just have to have? Like, what's your favorite product right now?
Well, I would say for my kids who are older, actually, I think it's our iPhones. Because just the contact you can have with your kids during the day.
Yeah.
I mean, when I grew up in Ohio, you left in the morning, you were gone all day. Nobody ever knew where you were, right? You were riding your bikes or whatever. And when the streetlights went on, you came home.
Exactly.
So, it's very different today. So we text, kind of all day at school, so I can keep up with them. I mean, it's a great tool. So I actually have to say I love that we're in constant contact and I can always know where they are and, keep tabs on them.
That's good.
And just touching base during the day, it's nice,
I bet.
you know,
Yeah. And do you have something that's personal that you just absolutely love?
like a personal product.
Yes.
Oh gosh, personal product I love. I like my Fitbit
Oh, okay. Well, that's it.
because I am totally a sedentary person. You know, I like shoot and then I edit and I read
Yeah.
and I watch TV. So like I don't do a lot of movement. So
Right.
my kids, my husband got me this for my birthday, and it really keeps you accountable. I love it. Like yesterday, I hit 10,000 steps, which is so hard for me, and that was without exercise. Just what I walked the neighborhood and I
Right.
did all this stuff. So I look at it and I'm like, oh, I got to keep walking. I'll take the stairs or I'll walk to Starbucks instead of drive. So I love this. It really makes you get more exercise.
Awesome.
So I like it.
One last thing. You said
Yes.
that networking was big for you. Do you
Yes.
find it is better to network in person or versus
Hmm.
online? Because I know it's big, people are always trying to network, through social media and stuff like that. But do you find
Right.
it's better networking face to face?
Well, for me, because I offer a local service,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have anything online to sell,
Right.
my clients come locally. So, and also I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce,
Okay.
and I just want to be a community presence. So for me, it is great just to go out in the community and meet as many other business owners and people as I can, just because I think it's nice to know people in your community and be a resource and, be well known. It only helps me in my studio if more people know me. I'm active on Instagram and Facebook. So I do like having friends like you from all over because it's just interesting to see. You can always get good tips from anyone, even
Absolutely.
if they're not a photographer. I
Right.
can learn so much from anyone who's running a business. We can all help each other and be a great resource. So, for practical purposes, in person is better for me,
Mhm.
but I do meet a lot of people on Instagram and Facebook, and I like that too.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Awesome.
yeah.
I really enjoyed this little chat with you, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like you said, I'm always open to meeting new people, learning new things, and you definitely brought value to this series. So I really appreciate you taking
Oh,
your time this morning to just chat with me.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you to everyone else for tuning in, and I will be back with you next week with another awesome mom. So thank you again.